Lower bracket semifinals, no second chances left. Lose here and you are out. And here, two European superpowers actually collide. Russia, the former European champion, now are seen as a wounded beast. They're still dangerous, but no longer untouchable. France, a top contender, hungry for revenge after falling to Russia in 5EC and getting third place there. The United Kingdom has already showed that Russia can bleed. They sent them to lose the bracket, and now it is France's chance to finish the job. Whether it is redemption or repeat, we're about to find out. Welcome everybody to Russia versus France. My name is Philoxen, and I'm joined here by Timper. Hello, and what's going through your head right now?
Hello everyone, hello. Yeah, it's gonna be an interesting match. The number 9 versus the number 5 from qualifiers. It's gonna be an interesting match between these two. France has already gone through the whole group stage. Russia only starting in the round of 16. And now they face each other once again, and we have to see how these former finalists will perform in the semifinals.
Yeah, totally. I mean, the thing that those two have in common, even though they are in losers bracket, is that both France and Russia, they took down such giants as Japan and China, for example. So those two are not to be underestimated. And yeah, now it just happens that they match up against each other, and we already have a lot on our hands. We see a Protect of Russia on DT2, which is very classy for them. Protect of Hard Rock 1 from Team France. They love their Hard Rock, so makes perfect sense. And Russia banned Hard Rock 2, Hard Rock 3, completely trying to take out that Hard Rock pool. And yeah, that's a great strat from them, while France is replying with Noma 2 and Fremont 1 bans. Those are your tapping heavy maps that you will no longer see in the pool. And you know, despite Russia picking Nomad 6, I just want to say beforehand that the fact that Russia is a very strong tapping team, and they usually pick those tapping maps against literally anybody that you see. Now they're left with only one tapping map, as this pool is not very rich in terms of tapping maps, and Fremont 1, Nomad 2 are already taken out. They will only have one great tapping weapon. That means the other maps that they will be picking, they will need to change their strategy somewhat. And that's going to be quite fascinating to see. But still seems though that as of now it's going to be Nomad 6. Despite them not having a lot of tapping maps, they still have gimmicks, and Nomad 6 is exactly about it. CS 6.4. And also a custom map that we're seeing, so huge shoutouts to the mapper. Features some of those slider aim sections, just slider sections, and also some of those alt patterns here and there. With that, we are already seeing the lineups, and Timper, we can only wish the best of luck to both teams.
Yeah, and definitely with this map, as you said, this map is less on the tapping end, but there is a lot of customs. Which this is one of them, as you said. We have a total of almost 10 customs, I think, this pool.
Oh, so there's a bunch.
It's very custom heavy. But there is still those DTs that they can go on, the DT2, DT3 for more tapping, but those, of course, DT and not a no-mod kind of map. So we have to see how they do on those picks. But we're now going into this no-mod 6. As we see Bancho tripping a little bit.
Yep, indeed. It's going to be the core of Team Russia. Mozarte, Icestones, Baby, and Raging Dashi. France sending in Mikado, Retry, Juju, and Pankisteria to try and counter that attack of Team Russia. And so far, there's double break on the side of Team Russia as the map is slowly picking up its pace. Mikado got to straighten that, but as we're getting into more of those alt-heavy sections, we are having a clearing that France, they already having that 36k score advantage, and the Raging Dashi misses. That's only gonna help France to try and consolidate that lead.
Now, Mikado, the only one on France's side to miss so far, but on the side of Russia, there have been 3 breaks already. Only one to hold is Wavy. And yeah, it's not looking great for Russia this early on in the map. It is a 3-minute long map, so any breaks from the side of France can still hurt them quite a bit if Russia holds on and tries to recover that combos as Mikado finds another break.
Yeah, indeed. I mean, so far that is a very good momentum that France has. I mean, the door is open. they just need to break it down before it shuts again. I mean, Russia, you can see those recoveries very well. This snow, you're seeing those breaks from Raging Dashi and Ice Stones. Still, they cannot just find that grip. They cannot build a foundation on this Nomad. 6 Punky Serum might go down from Team France as we're starting with the Ki, but Retride and Juchu are here, the deadly duo of Team France on those precision maps. They're just pulling it apart right now, Timber, and that's almost a 300k score advantage to their side. Hello, that is Russia's pick. You're not supposed to be winning that by such a huge margin.
And then here comes that hard rock precision skill set that France is just a little bit better at. Russia already banned it as Retwa is. Oh, it's a France's pick.
It is France's pick. All right.
Okay, yeah, then it is. Okay, then it is indeed that precision skill that is indeed in France's favor, and Russia has then correctly banned out those hard rocks for later on in the match, as we see. France hold on to this pretty decent lead, but it is now dropping a little bit as Juchu finds some more breaks.
Yeah,
Okay.
indeed. Yeah, I mean, right now there is just no time to tire. They're pushing it higher. If you're Team France, 300k score advantage. It just keeps stagnating. Everybody finds those misses, and that early lead that France has built up, that is just the deal maker for them. And Russia, despite having all those great, super experienced tourney players, after all, precision, it could be considered as their Achilles heel that they have. And France knows this very well. They did their homework. They picked into precision and they delivered. We're seeing actually a quit from the lobby from Mausarte, but it's not.
No, that's not a quit. That's not a quit. That is his muscle memory just immediately leaving the map lobby.
Well, Timber, that was a bit too quick. I mean, usually he leaves as soon as the map finishes, but this time the map hasn't been finished yet.
No, that's the delay. Yeah. That's the delay between Tony client and lobby.
Oh, that's just gonna be great to calculate, isn't it? Regardless, France, very decisive win for their first pick, starting off strong as they are supposed to. I mean, no, last time they got swept by Germany. It was 0-6, and it must feel refreshing to get 1 point on their board already that early into the game as their first pick. So precision, definitely their cup of tea. Trying to think what other precision maps you have in this pool, because if you do have some, that might be their next pick after Russia's following pick. There's Prima 2, maybe they will go for it, but after all, that Nomad 6 plays very, very different from Prima 2, so I would not be that confident in their next pick. We shall just wait and see, as Team Russia already has a reply for us, Timber.
Yeah, they go to the Nomad 5, which a reading map. It is definitely in favor of them with Soundboomer on the team. It's not easy reading. It's just that it is a low AR 5, I think.
Oh yeah.
Maybe. So a player like Soundboomer will have a little bit more experience on those reading maps. So they have one player that is able to do that. As we see the ref pasting the wrong thing in the chat.
Yeah. That's right. Minor inconvenience here, but yeah, as we do see Nomad 5 from Team Russia. Yes, this pool is very rich in terms of gimmicks. This Nomad 5, even though it is CS5, it doesn't quite matter. This map is like 4.5 stars. There is literally no mechanics. It's just overlap hell. You also have some of those, rhythm changes. And some sliders might be like longer, might take a longer time to finish than the others, which is actually not that obvious if you're first time playing the map. And all that combined, the map being AR5, that's what makes it arguably the hardest raw reading map in this pool. I mean, AG2 is also up there, but Nomad 5, I would say, in terms of a raw gimmick test, is the best card that the Russian Federation has on their hands. And you already mentioned Soundboomer, of course. The man, the Mr. Legend is here, and all the others are like the experienced players of Team Russia. They're just extremely well rounded. They can play those gimmicks. It's not only about Soundboomer. In fact, Raging Dash, one of those earlier additions for Team Rush. Raging Dashi is really strong when it comes to gimmicks and hiddens. That's what's his purpose in 5EC. But here, not only that, he also improved a lot on many other skill sets, such as control, for example, and just aim in general. And also you have Wavy and Ice Stones. Those two literally destroyed everybody in the 5EC 2025 minor league and have only been improving since then. That is a diabolical lineup from Russia.
Yeah,
and France. I mean, France, they do have nice gimmick players. You do see Retry, who's pretty good on gimmicks. Of course, Punkster and Mikado also here with Fire will try their best, but they will need the sweat blood to do anything against Russia, and we shall wait and see to just get a clear picture of how powerful Russia is in those gimmicks.
Yeah, and we already know how powerful Russia is on those easy picks on the free mods. And let's see if that translates into this no mod as well. As we see this 3-minute 50 map start. Yep. Wavy. Yeah, okay, good. They are in. Now we just need to wait till Wavy's client catches up. And then we can get this match actually underway. Or at least this map.
Yep, indeed, we're gonna be starting off slowly, but the map is gonna be already showing you those reading heavy patterns over here. It kind of feels like, you know, that one 5-star version of Heat Up Normal, which was CS6. This one has very similar patterns, maybe a bit less rhythm heavy, but still the ER, the overlaps speak for themselves. Seems like the intersection is not a problem for anybody in the lobby, quite literally, as still an 8-way FC. We're just waiting for the first guy to start. Maybe there we will see some action, but so far both teams are holding on really well. Very decent accuracies from across the entirety of the lobby as well. Give them my respects for that. So yeah, so far it's very much not one-sided that Russia might have been expected.
Yeah, it's the only one that is very low in accuracy are Punkisteria and Ice Stones, and that's fine. Everyone's still holding basically at 99, except for those two players. So we find the first miss for Raging Dashi, and with that, France is gonna take the lead bit by bit, and Russia really needs to see a miss come in for France here.
Yep, and indeed. Oof. Yep, now there is a trade, and we're here again. It is that even still. It's all about will temper. They're seeing that break. France is here just barely, but if they keep holding like that, it's gonna come down to the wire, and Russia is not planning to miss anytime soon unless there's a catastrophic collapse here. France are now in a very, very good position, but it's also very fragile. One miss and it is over. The entire tower will crumble. The break from Mikado, of course, is not that helpful, but still, he's not the one who was seeing the map, so it's not gonna matter that much. Still, though, this score has just flipped as Raging Dashi did not trade him out, but Punkisteria, that's a big one coming from France. Wavy, though, is also here. It's blow for blow all the time, Timber.
Yeah, but now it's France who's lost 3 big combos in total against the 2 of Russia. And on the side of Russia, it is now Ice Stones and Sound Boomer both holding to basically FCs for Ice Stones at least. And yeah, Sound Boomer is just holding on to a 99.3 FC. It's just insane. Like a third of the map left.
Once again, Sound Boomer, it's his show, his painting that scoreboard with dominance. Raging Dashi, the support has fallen, but what can you even do if you're France? You still have Sound Boomer and Ice Stones FC in the map. Ice Stones, not anymore, but Sound Boomer is here to steal the deal. He's completely trading Retrite as the last quarter of the map is left. A lot of breaks across the board. The support from Punkisteria and Fire it's not gonna be enough. The time is ticking, and it's not ticking towards the French side, and especially after that break from Fair. That might have been the nail in the coffin on this pick.
It might have. It's 130,000 difference now. Raging Dashi has a little bit of support combo to get a bit Ice Stones, but it is just not enough. Definitely with Bagasteria and Faye are both missing again. It is Gutet who is the only one who's holding against Soundboomer, and there's just no way to catch up for France here in this last part of the map.
Indeed, Soundboomer and Retried perfection matching perfection, but Soundboomer got those better support scores, the team synergy inside of Team Russia, the overall comfortability, and those gimmicks is what came down to the wire by the end of the map. And 160k, it's a pretty convincing victory by Team Russia, but let's be real here, Timper. I think the audience kind of expected a bigger gap between the two. I mean, France are definitely capable of playing those gimmicks is what they showed. I mean, you gotta respect that score from Retry. Matter of fact, he even outscored Soundboomer, so that is quite a heavy hitter on those gimmick maps. Maybe when Hidden 2 comes to life, France will have another chance of trying to get a potential breakpoint, because so far they're not disappointing by any means.
And they do show that they are pretty well skilled in this star rating in the semifinals, as we get into the next pick from them as well. Waiting for Juju to announce their next pick, I think.
Yeah, it seems like it. I already voiced my opinion about it premature. There is, I don't know, Timper. It's my opinion, it's just Prima 2 or Hard Rock 1 if we're talking about, you know, those small nodes, those small circles that you're trying to beat Russia on. Maybe if you do not want to go for either of those, you can try rethinking your strat. I mean, France, they did take a bunch of control maps last time, but now, until the Protect is used, they're not gonna go for anything else. Hard Rock 1 is gonna come to life. It is going to be Beggars.
Yeah, banger song as well. But yeah, I think using your Protect this early is a way to just have your points come in with a little bit more confidence. But is it definitely against Russia? Is it good to just use your Protect this early and instead of like a free mod 2 that you still have laying around? I guess you could say that free mod 2 is a lot more risky due to having to have a hidden player and Soundboomer being able to just easy hidden it. So it is a pretty early pick for a Protect.
Yeah, I mean, after all, what I'm thinking right here, Timper, is that like it's France. They're one of the best hard rock teams in the tournament. That's the reputation that they've been getting throughout 5EC and 5WC. And yeah, this hard rock 1 definitely serves them right. It features your, you know, some sort of slider aim, some bursts here and there. Consistency is also going to be put to the test. And France, you see the lineup. Juju and Punkisteria are extremely strong when it comes to precision. Cures and Fire also here for Hard Rocks. Typical faces across the board. That's also a custom from Boku, so huge shoutouts to the mapper for this one. I quite enjoy it. And with that, for France, it does seem like they will have a high ground, but when it is Russia you're playing against, you never know. I mean, Ice Stones and Vavy and Mausarte, mainly Mausarte. This guy is one hell of a player when it comes to hard rock. So still, you gotta put up decent performance, because if not, it's gonna be a first breakpoint.
And we now see these players get into France's Protect, the hard rock 1. 3 minute 25. These maps are very long, this pool, I must say. The average length of this pool is probably above 2 minutes, which is pretty rare. As we get into the first patterns at the start of this map.
Yeah, that's right.
Hey, it was already missed though.
Ooh, yeah, here's the intro. So far, just the early days. We're waiting for the first KI. A trade of misses from Mozart and Fire, taking each other down. As the accuracy is slowly being gained towards Team France. the heavy hitters are still here with the full combos. And yeah, this map, not really typical CS. I want to mention is CS 4.8, so might be a bit easier for both teams to control. So maybe we'll not see a lot of breaks here in the first KI. We do see one from Malzarte. We're taking here full throttle, and that will only help France, as Fire is the one who is recovering really well.
Yeah, but Wavely finds the next missile, and that means that France is gonna get the lead a bit more in their favor, as it's France still holding on to all those combos that they're holding right now. And unfortunately for Russia, it is those
Oh, get ready.
loses as we get into these sliders here.
Yeah, brace for the impact, and Russia is clearly not doing that. Double break from Malzarte, and the bottom row has gone missing. Juju though, he is down now. Same for Fire, one by one they are falling. Still double FC trying to pull everything together, and you know what, Timber, they are succeeding in doing such, as there's only ice stones to try and trade them out. Still though, those sliders are rapid. You need to keep everything together to not break on those. Try to focus on them, but Huras and Pankistira are just staying unfazed. But here's the break. It's not that long though. You have no time to rest, as here is the second Ki Timber.
Brendan finding a miss in that small break section, as we see Pankistira and Ice Stones breaking. Ice Stones was the only full combo that Russia had, and it's now gone. Euro's the only one for France holding, as we see more misses coming in, as everyone has lost their combo now, and it is just Wavely who's rolling on for Russia here. There is still a third of the map left. There might be a chance for Wavely, if they hold on, to come back for Russia. The score lead is starting to shrink bit by bit.
Yeah, here's one of the hardest sections of the map, but Wavy is just nailing those sliders. If he helps past this section, he might have it in the pocket. I cannot even lie to you, Timber. Like, look at the score. It is shrinking rapidly, and Russia might have a chance in taking a break point on the protect of Team Russia. Here is the long, slow slider. That's some time for Wavy to remain cold-headed. He knows what has to be done. This break is brutal. If he gets nervous on this one, it will be game over for Team Russia. And with that, France, despite having those recoveries inside Pankistira and Juju, it's still not helping. You just cannot stop that bleeding, as Baby is the one trying to finish you.
He misses! Oh, he misses on that, and now it's done. France will take this map, as Juju and Pankistira are holding on, and there's just no combo on the side of Russia to combat that combo lead now. And yeah, it is with less and less of the map left. It is now France who will take this third map in this match and will take their protect, but at what cost? It was so close.
My god, if not that one break from Russia, that might have been a catastrophe for France. But now the protect is gonna go home to Team France. But bad news though, Timper, that is the protect, that is the strongest hard rock that they had. The others hard rocks are banned. France won that one, but they do not have any other hard rocks. The only hard rock viability that you have is left in those free mods that you have, but we all know. But when it comes to free mods, Russia will literally pull up their hydrogen bombs that they have for those free mod lineups. Oh, so it's gonna be war of attrition. So far, France still does have their picks, but sooner or later they will need to pick the maps that are going to be even more highly competitive between them and Russia. Oh, okay. It didn't take long, Timper. We're seeing
another protect.
The protect.
Yeah, both protects gone now. I guess if France picked it, yeah, Russia is going to do the same. As we see the DT2 come in, another speed pick. Or at least the first speed pick we're going to see in this patch. But it is 250 BPM, really fast. And what is the AR on this?
The AR is very human. Yeah, it is AR 8 with double time gonna be AR 9.7. So it's literally just your raw tapping. In fact, as you mentioned, it's pretty high BPM. You have a lot of those 250 BPM bursts, around 8 or even 10 BPM, 10 node bursts here. Yeah, this map just tests your raw speed tapping test. Stamina is not going to be tested as much here, but still, if you have some issues with tapping, that's going to be hard to bear through the map. And I mean, knowing the crazy tapping players that Russia has, you're seeing Boriska, the former captain of Team Russia, step in. Boriska, in fact, used to be a DT specialist for Team Russia in 5G European Cup. But of course, all eyes on Ice Stones. This guy is probably the sharpest tool in the shed for Team Russia when it comes to those speedy maps. I mean, the stuff we saw from him in Grands of IVC and overall in this tournament already. Yeah, I'm just terrified of this one. And of course, it's not just those two. You also have Baby. You have actually Nix, who is the new addition of Team Russia. He's the new DT specialist that you have here. Well, for France, I do not know what to expect. I mean, last time DT2 was picked against them by Team Germany, Timper, and they did not do good on it. So, considering this map is even higher BPM, it features a bunch of tapping, it's gonna be a hard pill to swallow. Shibens is probably the only chance of France trying to take that point, as Shibens is the strongest tapping player on the side of Team France. So yeah, they will be trying to achieve the impossible on this one, as Russia is completely set up on this DT2.
Yeah, but this DT2 is AR 9.7, as we already told everyone, and I think most normal players should be fine with an AR like this, so I think normal speed players would be able to play this as well. As we see Nix coming in for the first time in this match, I think.
Yeah.
As well as Shibens for France.
That's right, and we're gonna be slowly but surely taken into the action of this DT2, seeing a bunch of opening breaks. Actually, there's Boriska and Huras trading each one out, but you see what I'm talking about, Timper? Like, okay, you found a break on the side of Nix, but still, you look at those accuracies, and the Russian accuracies are just speaking volumes at this point. The lowest accuracy they have is 96 from Boriska. Well, you look at France, yeah, sure, you still have Shibens who's trying to combo game the hell out of this map with somewhat decent accuracy, but there is nothing you can do if Russia just keeps accuracy gaming like that. And that break from Shibens, I do not want to jinx it that early, but we're already seeing a clear situation in this DT2, and Russia is just 2 times more confident when it comes to those raw speedy maps. That is the reason why France banned the other tapping maps that which were Norma 2 and Fremont 1.
Yeah, this is pretty well. It's already decided, basically. With on the side of France, it's just not, the combos aren't at a high end. There's misses all around. Heroes and Bulgaria do find more combo now, as we see Mauszart over 1,000 combo with 97% accuracy. As they do find the breakdown, but that score rate of 500,000 already for Russia with a third of the map left, it's probably not possible for France to come back anymore, definitely with the amount of misses they're getting.
Yeah, there's just no mercy in those movements, only mastery from Team Russia. Even though they do not have those colossal combos anymore, they were very sharp on this map from the very beginning. Dropping those full combos did not matter whatsoever. As you look at the difference, 700k already, and yeah, the last rays of hope, Pankisteria lost his 600 combo recovery, and yeah, they are in command just as planned. Russia getting the second point on the board and almost a million team score advantage. That is just a massacre.
Yeah, that is a very dominant win for Russia here. Definitely showing that supremacy on these tapping picks, as Russia, even without Mauszart's score, still wins.
3v4, yeah, man. What can you do against that?
For France, there is not much she can do. Yeah, with 3 Bs against 4 As, it really is just that this map is pretty long for a high BPM speed map. It's over 2 minutes long, and that stamina for this high BPM is just so hard to have. And you can definitely see at the end of the map where most players are just missing and just aren't able to hold that combo. That Russia is just that little bit better at that stamina and has dominated on that map with over 900,000 score lead. As you see, France actually picked the Fremont 2, the only other map that they have for that small circles, I guess.
Yeah, trying to have that edge on precision maps. Fremont 2, CS5, AR8 anti-mode. It is 230 BPM. It is a map from Ryusei Aika, so you should expect what to see on this one. This map features, of course, you have those sliders, you have those 230 BPM jumps. The jumps are not wide though. Actually the jump patterns are pretty small, but they feature, you know, some of those weird jumpy patterns within themselves, and also they're quite overlapping. So there will be more than enough for you to read when you play in hidden, and more than enough to you to snap on when you're playing hard rock. This map
So
is,
you're saying,
the perfect test.
yeah. So you're saying we're gonna see a sound boomer hidden, easy hidden.
Well, if Sound Boomer is ready to take the risk, sure. But it's just the thing that if you're playing this with easy hidden, and the map being 230 BPM, it's extremely easy to just node lock when you're playing easy HD. But you know, when it's Sound Boomer, that is out of the question. So I'm like 90% sure that we will see Sound Boomer, and 10% sure that maybe those overlap logs are a bit too.
Only with that easy multiplier being at 1.5 for this map, and the easy hidden being at only 2x, they only can get. Oh, we should do see Sound Boomer though. But they can only get 1 million score max. But what they could do is have Sound Boomer take that easy hidden and have it no mod if they want.
If they want. Great question here. Sound Boomer might. You know, even if Sound Boomer doesn't FC, you have such strong sidekicks on the team that you could just rely on them. I mean, Sound Boomer was not the one who was carrying Russia on some of those pre-mods earlier into the tournament. It was those support. It was Ice Stone, Bariska, Raging Dash that we're seeing here. Any of them can pop off, so it's not only about Sound Boomer. So France really should watch out. After all, Nomad 6 was precision. But, you know, this Fremont 2 is a whole different story. The map plays very differently, plus you are not forced to play with hard dog, which Sound Boomer is not doing. He is playing with just no mod, and you're seeing a crazy overmod from Russia actually. Double HD HR and HR from Bariska. It's gonna give crazy multipliers towards them, as France is taking it in a more standard way, only 1 HD, triple HR, and so far just based on that accuracy and those stable scores as Sound Boomer and Raging Dash find double break, they're gonna be in the driver's seat right off the bat.
Yeah, it's indeed France who's now holding on to those 3-0 FCs now, because we're finding a miss, and Russia holding also on to those 2 FCs as Sound Boomer and Raging Dash have found misses already. And I need to think, okay, so it's 20,000 now-ish that Sound Boomer will be getting added to their score. So
it is counted in. The multiplier is counted in.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so yeah, like you treat the stats as they are 100k, despite the multiplier. France is clearly having an edge on this one, and right as I speak, there is a break from Fire. He's being traded out by Ice Stones though, and look at how dire the situation is, Timber. There are no FCs on the side of Team Russia, while France, Punky, Sarah, and Jiu-Jitsu, the crown jewels of Team France, are just running away. They're striking, they're doing their best, and as of now, they're on a different yeah. Bencho is not letting us see the total domination from Jiu-Jitsu and Punky Syria. But Dashi was a break. I mean, that's not helping Russia whatsoever.
We have to hope that they are still playing, else it's going to be unfortunate. But yeah, even with Dashi, it just wasn't looking great for Russia, because their lead is now almost 600,000 score without that Raging Dashi score. And yeah, it's just dominance for France on this map.
Yeah, after all, you cannot take Hardrock out of Jiuchi and Katsuro. They finally go down 3/4 into the map, but you look at the colossal damage they have done. That is a very good safety net, very confident in what they're doing. I mean, it's if not even them, it's Retry who is always here with Hidden to just get their back. And it's just beautiful to see if you are Team France. So far, both Bastions are just trading blows. And this one is going to France most likely, unless there is a crazy recovery from Raging Dashi coming out of nowhere. We shall just wait and see if that's true, but I do not think that will happen, as you already see a 700k advantage towards Team France.
And we have to hope that Raging Dashi can save their score locally, because a DC like this most of the times means that the score will not be saved after, so they have to get a screenshot of it, and let's hope they can, because else this is gonna be a sad difference in score for Russia here, because with that score from Raging Dashi, it will be a little bit closer, but France will definitely take this pick if Raging Dashi does not have that good of a score. They would need like a 690,000 score to be able to beat France on this.
Yeah, we're just left here guessing whether that will be enough if the local score saves for Raging Dashi. Because, 680k, he might have... I mean, we did see some breaks from Raging Dashi in the beginning, but who knows? Well, miracles may happen. Maybe Raging Dashi just upseats the rest of the map.
Maybe Raging Dashi is still playing? Okay, no, there it is.
Oh, there it is.
Should be loading now, yeah.
Yep, let's see the...
I feel like has no score, that's what I already thought would happen. Now we just have to wait for Raging Dashi to say anything. Maybe they have a save of their score, like a screenshot or a video recording, else it might be lost.
Yeah, totally. Oh, there is a message in the general chat that I am seeing.
Yeah, I'm gonna quickly look.
Hold on.
Oh, they're still playing. Oh, it's a clip from their screen. It's 5-3.
It says...
It's 553,000, so no.
Sorry, how much?
553,000.
Well, that is actually a very solid performance, but I do not think that is enough, as we clearly saw almost a 700k score advantage towards Team France. So that should be pretty much sealed for France. At the third point, it's going to their favor.
Yeah, the score is 553,286. Is the life.
Yeah, both countries are swinging, and they can clearly defend their home turf, their picks, as we haven't yet seen a breakpoint. With Russia now, it is their time to pick, I am pretty sure. And this is the point in the match where for France, I am pretty sure there are no more little circles maps left in this entire pool. So their next pick is gonna be very different from the ones that we have already seen. Like Hardrock 1, D2, Fremont 2, those are the ones that do not really overlap with other maps. Maybe we'll see them try to go into that hidden direction, because they actually usually pick hiddens. At least in their previous matches, we saw a bunch of those HD picks. So maybe that will be the new angle of attack for Team France. And for Team Russia, now we're trying to think what they will do. They already used their protect, which is DD2, which is speed. Other speed maps are not here. Not even speed, just raw tapping. I mean, Noma 2 is not here, which is 190 BPM. France just trying to cut everything.
DT3 was but it's a little bit tapping, but
yeah, that DT3. I mean, of course, this here. It is a pretty long map as well, like 3 minutes 30 seconds with DT, but it's 190 BPM. You have a lot of those very constant bursts. The thing is, those are not like death streams or anything. It's just like you have a bunch of 190 BPM tapping bursts here and there, and also it's not really aim heavy, but still aim requirement is tested there. So my map will be played very differently in comparison to DD2. So I guess Russia is not going for that one. They are going for HD3. Let's go, Timber. The police have found my hidden stash of ketamine. Please do not take this out of
level
context.
2, of course. Level 2, of course.
Oh,
remember the level 2. It's level 2.
Yep. In game.
Yeah, this map being very aim control heavy. With these like weird aim into slider, the notes, slider, back and forth kind of patterns. It's very heavy on the aim control.
Yeah. I mean, what do we have here? Some slider kicks blended with those notes. You need to snap both notes and those slider patterns. I know exactly which ones you're talking about. Yeah. Also, just some general flow / slider tech control kind of that you have here. And this HS3 at 160 BPM. Gonna be really funky map to play. As you know, those HS3 slots, they have not been disappointing any of us. They're quite bang. I mean, this map is just fun to play. Thing is though, that is a completely different skill set, completely new skill set into this match. So I personally do not know how this one will go. We haven't really seen any of those control maps before, so this one is still some sort of uncharted territory, at least for me, and I believe for both countries. Both countries are great when it comes to aim, obviously, and their aim control is also pretty much spot on. So quite apprehensive about this one. If Russia's feeling comfortable in this one, then sure, why not just pick it? But that might be competed by France very well. As I believe we're seeing some troubles were starting the lobby, as some people are constantly leaving and joining the slots. But yeah.
I think it's a bit of a Bancho thing where the map doesn't want to load correctly for them, and then they have to restart their whole game to be able to get it loaded correctly. Hopefully we can get the match on their way quick, or at least soon enough. So we'll have to see how quickly they can get everything back to how it should be to get this map started.
Yep, sounds good to me. As we're seeing the lineups, pretty much same faces from France. It's all the same people that you usually see for most of the maps for Russia. We do see Frindin, who is really good on those aim and control maps specifically. Ice Trade National IB, of course, here to just come here and deliver. This is where, Timber, I think we officially will start having those maps that both countries can play. So I don't know, maybe we have already reached that point into this match. It is 3-2. We're almost in the mid game of it, and here we are with Aegis 3, which we do not really know the outcome of. So stay with us and see how this control pick will go, as there is a double break from Juju and Frindin taking each other out, as Russia is going to be taking the overall control of the lead of the scoreboard on this Aegis 3 because of accuracy.
With that now also missing, and that accuracy lead that Russia had, it is now Russia who's holding on to that 150,000 combo lead Mikado and Wavy finding misses as well. Frinden breaking again as well, and it's just now 1v2 for Russia, and it is just Russia who's running away with it. 200,000 and growing.
Yeah, hold on, there is a safety net inside of Team Rush. Raging Dash and Ice Stones are supporting each other really well, but what are these accuracies? 99.2 and 99 from Raging Dash we just dropped. Still, that is just brutal from them, as we're already 3/4 in the map. Raging Dash finding a break on one of those cut streams. Ice Stones is hitting everything though. Same for Punk Hysteria, and Frinnen with the recovery is gonna only make Russia score this skyrocket, especially after that break from Punk Hysteria. That is a choke. That's a choke. That is a tragedy. Outbreak in real time, and after all, Russia is the country that establishes themselves as the superior control HD team. And Ice Stones closing it off with an FC, of course, man.
What is that score?
That is crazy.
2 S pluses, but that's Ice Stones. Basically 99% accuracy. FC on this map is crazy. This map is not easy. Those patterns, those stream patterns are fucked. It's so easy to miss on them because of how weirdly they are shaped. And Ice Stones just said, no, I'm fine. I just FC it, sure.
Ice Stones doing Ice Stone things. What can we even say, man? This is the guy who saved Russia so many times and so many outcomes that they were not even supposed to win on. Ice Stones is arguably top 3. He's definitely in top 3 European players in 5-digit here. And yeah, he's just proven us why.
Ice Stones, the police may have found the ketamine, but Ice Stones has run away with it.
He's too fast.
He's too good.
Yeah,
in game as well.
In game. Yeah. Hey, but I don't know. So far, this match, Timber, I just want to say, this match is the complete opposite of what we have seen before. Chile versus Singapore, that was just breakpoint after breakpoint after a breakpoint. And here, both countries just step by step winning their own picks. This is how the academically correct match should look like. So far, nobody has lost their own pick, and that just makes it beautiful.
Yeah, but as you said, we are now at that point in the match where most picks are not going to be on maps they are comfortable on. All those maps that are these last 2 picks for both teams are most of the time on maps that they are thinking that they are better on than the other team. Because your most comfortable picks are gone already. Your protects are both gone. We're now going to see maps that are probably going to be a lot closer together as we go into this Fremont 3, which I think is the best choice for France right now, with the possibility for the Hard Rock.
Oh, yeah, I have to agree on this one. I mean, it's Fremont 3, you have a lot of low aim here. In fact, the description of the map is what it says. It says evil flow patterns, and it's a custom as well from the one and only Mint Leaf. So thank you so much for this one. Has big circles, so it's CS3. So if you pick Hard Rock, it's not gonna be too shabby for you. It's gonna feel like CS4. CS3 with Hard Rock is gonna be 3.9, so it's quite accessible for Team France. And yeah, the only difficulty is gonna be the flow.
Just so everyone knows, the Fremont multipliers on this map is 2.4 for normal easy and 2.7 for easy hidden. So I'm guessing that Soundboomer is going to take easy on this because that multiplier is outrageous.
Yeah, no, if Soundboomer sees this with easy, that's gonna be his wet dream. With this multiplier, Rush is basically guaranteed to flip the table and get a breakpoint, the first breakpoint into the match. But no, Timber, I think this is the first time we've not seen Soundboomer in for free mod. That is a generational moment here. France got the right idea about their picks. You made some
guess
not join the lobby.
I guess it's the big circles.
Might be, yeah.
Yeah, I guess because
And overall,
PS3 easy makes the circles even bigger, so it might be just too dense at that point.
Yeah, I mean, considering what patterns you will see in this map, I mean, it's not just flow, right? Like, some of those flow patterns are quite snappy. They may be also very, very long. Like, you have those constant flow sections from, you know, one corner to the other corner of the screen. So, like, it requires a lot of that cursor movement that with easy is gonna be...
Did I see a threat easy hidden?
Wait, what? Wait, that was not in my budget.
It's to get the no mod, I think, for fair.
Oh, wait, that is
they might be tanking it because the multiplier is so high. They might be tanking it.
Yeah, that is quite unpredictable from Team France. I don't think anyone saw that coming. I mean, picking easy HD on the Freeman map while Russia doesn't have anybody to match that. Quite fascinating to see, though Red Try is the only one playing the break so far. Still doesn't matter. The multiplier is doing wonders, and Red Try is actually looking pretty comfortable on those flow sections finally going down. Raging actually straightening him though, so it's not the end of the world. A break from fire though, this is the one that matters, as now the situation is not favoring France and Russia is trying to take that high ground with a 3 FC.
Oh, that break from fire is not really what you want to see. As a normal player, you should really want to keep that combo. But Meowthart and Friendin have both found misses, as it is now once again a 2v1 in terms of FCs in the advantage for France here. And it is now the score lead who's flipping over for France, and they will take the lead again from Russia. But it's still so close, and any break or any act drop could change the score lead here.
Yeah, indeed, there is no room for error. This is neck and neck. What a rack that we're seeing at the moment. Still a double FC going on for Team France. Fire missing, but here comes the... Oh my days, that is the entire combo reset. Everybody just hit the floor on the side of Team France. And look how the tables have turned. Russia is now making the score lead skyrocket. It's already 200k, like within seconds. France, everything was fine for them, but one wave was all it took. The castle has collapsed, and that is a major turning momentum that Russia has right now, as this is the first break point into this match. It's already 500,000 score difference. It's not gonna move anywhere, and nobody from Russia is missing. This is the confidence that they needed. This is the point of the match where both teams can play anything that each other picks, and this is what I was scared of, Timper.
Yeah,
we're seeing the first break point. France just did not have enough of those high CS maps to punish Russia on. They ran out of their opportunities, and now it is Russia stepping forward and stealing the lead.
Once again, Ice Stones, what are you on?
Okay, Ice Stones making every map look easy. This is not okay. Like, if I just keep watching Ice Stones play, you know, those god modes, I will no longer have like that crazy reaction. What? Oh, what is Ice Stones doing? Because this guy is literally popping up on every single map he's playing. Like, he's most definitely getting the top 1 match coast into this match. I just can't lie. This is... I don't know. This guy is just his world we're living in. And there's nothing that France can do about it.
Also, Retreat after multiplier, the 2.7 multiplier, it's 512,000 that they got. But that still means that Russia wins with a difference of 1.3 mil.
Oh yeah, right. That is not what you want to hear when it is your own pick that you just lost. But here's what happens. Here's the ugly truth. As Russia is going in for another tapping map. And this one, I don't know, Timber, the thing about this one, I mean, I already mentioned it, right? 190 BPM, it may be a bit finger control heavy, but it's mostly just stamina. You have a lot of those quads, 5-note burst, triples, and overall it's just constant tapping. But it's not like those tapping sections are like long. No, it's not. It's literally just those triples and quads. But the main problem for Team France that this map is gonna make is that this map is hella long, and constantly hitting those triples and quads, this is what might cause problems for Team France. But if not, it might be looking on the brighter side of things for them. Still, I'm not sure about this one, but just based off what we have already seen, Russia, they, you know, I could kind of mix the HD3 and DD3 skill sets. I mean, it does require a bunch of control that you may have seen from Russia on HD3, and if we're comparing those two, Russia definitely is the one that has more of that aim control skill to transfer into this DT3 alongside your stamina and finger control. So I think Russia will have the upper hand on this one.
Yeah, and if Russia takes this map, they are going to be putting themselves into that match point position as the pick goes back to France right after. And at that point, France really has to find a map that they can take that point on, because after that is Russia again, who could either close out the match, or if France wins it, we go to tiebreaker as we go into this DT3. And we'll see if Russia can take that point and move themselves closer to that next part of the round, or if France will hold on and try for that tiebreaker.
Totally. And we're going to be starting off with a more so controller heavy section of the map, actually, as the intro. You already see the nature of this one, and find that Russia once again is accuracy gapping France by default. Still though, for Team France, it's not looking that dire from the very beginning. They have two players with 98% accuracy, Juju was 96 and Curious was 95, so it might be highly contested between those players. They might try to recover their loss of that break point, trying to return the favor. We will see how this goes for them, as for now, they are actually holding really well.
Yeah, they both teams are holding pretty well, and it's the first time we see anything modded on this in this match, and we see Heroes finding another miss after the first two misses early on in this map, and it is Russia who's now holding on to the score lead still, and now expanding it with that miss from Heroes coming in, and the rest from Russia just holding on to this amazing combo that they're holding now. As we do see wave breaking, but right now it is still Russia who is holding on to that score lead, definitely with another miss coming in from France.
Yeah, here it is, another one from Heroes. Russia is clearly in control of what they're doing, but not anymore, as there is a break from Melizarth, and those two are just trading each other. But here comes a big one from Juju, leaving Punkisturia all alone in the battlefield. It is now up to him to try and make dream come true, but same could be said about Russia. It is Raging Dashi, the lone warrior of Russian Federation, with an FC. They are fighting with each other, and Punkisturia, matter of fact, is winning with that with astonishing 99.6% accuracy. He is trying to blow Russia out of the water, but the supports of Raging Dashi, the sidekicks, are not letting that slide. Russia is still in favor of the scoreboard. It is 140k difference.
Punkisturia finds a miss. That is unfortunate for France, and there's just no combos on the side of France left. There's only support combos, and Raging Dashi on the side of Russia still holding on to that full combo. I'm sorry, I'm so sorry.
Yeah,
it
happens.
It happens, and we do see more misses coming in from France, as Russia is just holding on to those two higher combos now. And it's just looking at Russia as taking this map pretty easily with a quarter of the map left.
Yeah, indeed. They're rewriting what dominant looks like in real time. That's a 5th point to their side. Another tapping map that goes under Russia. Just as always, they're making it look like simple arithmetics with ice tones. Once again, trying to steal a spotlight from Raging Dashi here because he's the only one with a major combo here. 1.2k once again. Can somebody stop this, man? This is not okay. He's gonna outscore Raging Dashi despite Raging Dashi having that 1.7k combo in the past. You know, yeah, he is outscored. This is gonna be another top score for Raging Dashi, but he will not match Punk Hysteria, I think. So it's still gonna be very close. Holy. Punk Hysteria held a stand against Team Russia, but one carry performance is not enough to take down the beast. Oh yeah, but I think we need to change the. Yeah, okay, 5-3 now. Now it is good. Yeah. Oof. Despite United Kingdom being able to bring Russia to tiebreaker, France is clearly having some struggles as of now. One loss, and they're gone from the tournament. They will finish as top 12, from top 9 to top 12, which is pretty respectable. But I'm pretty they hold that grudge for Team Russia. Losing to them on 5, you see, and now definitely getting better chances, but still they need to push further.
And we see France asking for a timeout, which is respectable, I think. Definitely with your last pick being a map that is deciding on your tournament life. It's a 3-minute timeout. I forgot. Yeah, it's a long timeout.
Oh yeah. I mean, no, it is very, very much understandable. France, they need to calm down. I mean, after all, Timber, it was just one break point that they lost. Like, everything else is pretty stable for them. The only problem is, of course, they only won the maps that had those high CS aspects. And you
there's just none of them left.
So what do you even do here? Like, do you maybe try to RNG your way out of this situation? I'm talking about no mode 1, DT1, maybe even HD1. Who knows?
I don't know if DT1 is a good idea, mainly because of the speed part, because you're still having to go pretty fast, and definitely with the high AR. I don't know how good their high AR roster is, like AR 10 plus instead of AR 10. So I don't know how good their roster is on that point, but I would think that it is better to just go no mode.
Yeah, I mean, I do not think DT1 is a good option. France picked a different DT1 against Germany. They lost it against Germany. So probably that's why we're not seeing
how much
more of those speed A maps. Normal 1 could be.
Okay.
I don't know. If it's not normal 1, I am also seeing that HD1 opportunity that you have. After all, you can like try and maybe compare Hard Rock 1 to HD1. Like, of course, it's a whole different mod, but the thing is, you have slider aim in both maps. I mean, in Hard Rock 1, you could say it's a bit more tacky, but still, slider aim is the name of the game here, and HD1 does have a lot of those. Feature a lot of those dance kick sliders, pretty big sliders as well. Might be a good test of that, but no. France is just going for pure slider tech. And it is going to be no mod 4 custom map from Azrael. I mean, Azrael needs no introduction. This guy, alongside Ishtiak, they've been producing crazy tech maps for a lot of tournaments. I mean, OWC is one of them. A lot of no mod 4s for OWC, and not only that. This map, as mentioned, have slider tech. Some of those slider tech sections are very, very dense. And this is the one where you need to pay attention to literally every single node, every single slider. Because if you stop paying attention, this map is very, very tricky and it's gonna be really easy to miss on. Especially as this 3 to 5. You need to turn on that beast mode if you are France to stand a chance at bringing Russia down to tiebreaker. Tiebreaker is the only way France can win this. And that's already pretty demoralizing. But even before that, you need those 2 points. And that number 4 is the last pick of Team France, actually. Even if they win this one, it's gonna be Russia picking, determining the next one.
Yeah, and it is definitely that France needs to win this map because it is their tournament life on the line, and it is unfortunate that Russia did find that breakpoint early on, because this match was really even until that point where Russia just dominated that one map and took that breakpoint on the free 3. And now on this unorthodox pick for France, I guess, because they're just probably not that comfortable on a map like this compared to a Hardrock, which is unfortunately banned by Russia. There's only one Hardrock map and it's already been played. And yeah, right now it is France who needs to find this win against the Russian team, because it is Russia who's trying to move on in the tournament, and if they win this, they will.
Yes, this is the do or die, reach or fly situation that France has going on here. They lose this one, the journey in Final C is going to be over. Number 4, name of the battlefield. This is one of the harder maps in this pool. France will definitely need to pull themselves together in order to get a point on this one. If not, it's gonna be game over. Gonna be starting off slowly. Buckle up, everybody, and brace for the impact, as those KIs are gonna be hitting you like a truck. And France definitely needs that mental aspect. They need to be prepared. They need to know where to strike. They need to just have the upper hand on this one. It's already a pretty force majeure situation, and they cannot allow any mistakes from now on. We're already a quarter into the map. This is what the Inter took, as now we're seeing the KI slowly but surely approach. You can feel it in the song. And France, they will need their best to stay in game.
Now we are getting to that point where this map starts to accelerate with these sliders. That's Finland? Oh no, okay, no, it's the Bancho. I thought it was but Mikado is the first one to find a break, unfortunately for France here, as Russia takes the lead. Finland does now finally find that break that we saw a little bit earlier, but was the ban. Oh, no, unfortunately, no. It's Bancho again. Once again, thank you, Bancho.
Yeah, my god, this map is just playing with our minds here. But the break from Mikado was very, very real, and so far that is the only difference maker. That is crazy to think about. Russia is still holding a 4-way FC. This cannot be lasting forever, Russia. I refuse to believe you can finish off this map with a 3-way FC. No, Brennan with a break. And now it is 3 versus 2, actually, as there is a break from Hurus, and Mikado once again just cannot find that recovery. Punk Hysteria, Juju, no, that is it. Look at that. That's a tsunami hit the French. And with that, Russia, these guys, they can read, they can speed, they can tech. What else do you even need, Timper?
Once again,
you can do. There is nothing
once again, it is Ice Tones who has probably the best score on in this match right now. And yeah, it is unfortunately for France the end of the road. They have played incredibly well throughout this tournament, but unfortunately Russia was just too strong in the end as they get to the end of this map, and it is Russia who will move on to the second match of this semifinals round.
Yep, Russia, the Grim Reaper of losers bracket. They already defeated Japan. They already defeated China. France was the next victim, and they did their job perfectly. 6-3 was only losing their only maps that they have weaknesses on, which is precision. Otherwise, Timper, everything else, every single other map they have played, they just showed us that they are a different breed of a team compared to all those countries that they have already beaten. France, Japan, China. And the list, I'm pretty sure, will go on and on if they can put out the same performance that we have seen today. Their next opponent is going to be Team Chile, the seed 7 team. So far, the highest seeded team that they will have ever faced. And they will need luck against Team Chile.
Yeah, seed 5 versus seed 7.
Oh.
France was seed 9. So, yeah, France, unfortunately, not being good enough today to beat Russia. 3 years ago they did, but unfortunately today it was just not enough, and Russia once again moves on to the next round in their next match in this round. And as you said, they will be facing Chile, which is going to be quite the difficult opponent for them, because I think they are quite similar in a way. I think
they might just be, but that is a homework to do for both Russia and Chile to understand each other's strategies, because your captain skills will be crucial in this one. As we know, both teams have pretty high skill cap. It's just about if you are good at making picks, bans, and protects. But that is a story for tomorrow, because right now it's gonna be it. The other match is actually happening on the main channel. I'm pretty sure it is United States, Canada. Another banger map, another banger match. This was the European one. The ones happening on the main channel is the North American one. So you know, it's pretty poetic. So go and see this one. But for now, Timber, I think everything that needs to be said was already said. Congratulations to Team France for finishing from 9th to 12th, and best of luck to the European champions in their journey tomorrow against Team Chile. Be there, and we'll see you very, very soon. In the commentary booth, we had Philoxen, and I was joined by the one and only Timper. Thank you, everybody, for watching, and bye-bye.
Bye, everyone.